apart,
Collapse.
collapse, cry, break down, whichever comes first.
Flip table.
Despair and agony.
Yep.
So, by the end of this episode, you're going to understand why you're struggling to complete your homework. You're also going to receive
You fall apart.
on how to manage your homework,
Collapse. Cry.
on how to manage your homework. Sorry, guys. You're gonna receive hacks on how to manage your homework, and like some which honestly, me and Joe don't know if we're supposed to be teaching you this, but
Definitely not.
students, yeah, probably not as teachers, I guess, but as ex students who struggle with homework ourselves, I do think that it is necessary for you to know because it's like defense against the dark arts. Yes, but in this case, maybe if your teacher is very old school, then defense against the dark farts. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm saying this live. This is stupid. So, and of course, finally, you're also going to be getting very, very actionable steps on how to move forward. Yeah. And
Mm.
I guess hopefully after this episode, you won't feel so alone with the stress of trying to manage this all by yourself. Okay. So there we go. Yeah. All right. And this topic came up because I was, someone DM'd me, like one of you DM'd me recently and on Instagram, and was confiding to me about basically homework overwhelm. And
Mm.
I also remembered also that during COVID, the COVID era, a lot of teachers just knew how to pile. All they need to do is to pile homework onto you guys, which was like very unmanageable.
Mm.
Yeah. So for those of you who are just joining us, I'm Erica, and this is Joe, and we are teachers who hated studying. We hated school because just memorizing and studying just didn't work for us, didn't make sense to us. Yeah, and but we wanted to change things. So I started at school. We started the studio, and basically what we do is we make learning fun. We take away the agony of studying and the pain of trying to like push through on your own. Yeah. So currently we're on track to get you to a point where, or to actually help as many students as we can escape the pain of studying. Yeah, or the struggle and then feeling all alone and the anxiety. Yeah. So basically we're creating this platform for you guys to feel safe, to talk about your grievances so you don't feel alone, and also to support you guys through like anything that you might be facing, like mount homework.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So yeah, and for this episode, I'm gonna let Joe take the lead on this one because he is someone who went through the Chinese school
I'm the
and,
survivor.
yeah, and survived. I was very blessed because while my parents wanted me to do well in my studies,
Yep.
they chose not to put me through Chinese school because my
Oh.
mom being a teacher, she understood what the damage that it could do to a child. Yeah, so
Mm.
it's a miracle that Joe is as cheerful and competent and confident, as he is at this point. Yeah, yeah,
Well, most
because
of them are not.
yeah, yeah, no, it's true. I mean, most come out unless they were like the good student who is like praised by all, loved by all. Then
Mm.
other than that, you get sidelined, and I think you get ignored. Yeah. So that much. I mean, Joe, I'll let Joe take it away. Yeah. I mean, how much of that is true? Yeah.
Well, trust me, the last, I think we get to rank, right, in primary school for Chinese school.
Yeah.
That's very typical for your ranking in the class. So you're actually competing with the classmates over like the ranks. So the lowest in my class, I think the CGPA is about 85 and above.
Oh.
That's the last name in our class.
Right.
We are still called the elite class that's in primary school. So we don't get to play sports. We don't get to attend any curriculum, the extra curriculum, like outdoor activities, none. We were basically like forced to sit through all the past year papers, especially when you're in standard 6. Yeah,
My
you're
God.
actually forced to sit in the classroom from I think as early as 6:30 until 4:30 in the afternoon. 6:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. So there are 2 breaks in between.
Dang. I mean, but that's similar to what I heard, like, because I heard like in Shanghai, right? Or even we have some students from Hong Kong, and what happened is that some of them chose to come to our school because they, like the good students, like
Yep.
instead of like letting them, have fun and play or whatever, they get rewarded with, what? More homework. So the poor child, has to do homework till like midnight.
Oh, okay. That's kind of common for Chinese school.
Right? Yeah, and I'm just like, wow, this is like the working culture as well. If you're too competent at your work, right?
Mm.
They people give you more work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, in most places outside, right? Yeah,
Mm.
so it really sucks. So, whereas like in Finland, they don't have tests. They play. A lot of their, you should see the schedule. They play a lot, but even then they're actually like academically very very strong. Yeah,
Mm.
like comparable to Shanghai kids from
Wow.
Shanghai. Yeah, so the people in Shanghai are like, how did Finland do it, right? Yeah, because of the
2 different extremes.
yeah, because the kids study like what 8-12 hours a day there, and then Finnish kids like
They play
like
2 to 12 hours.
yeah, the school schedule is such where I think every 45 minutes they have a play break, and then like after three slots of that, because we went to Finland to see it, yeah. So after 3 chunks of that, then they get like a hour break or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like to play, and then the schools that we went to, it's near the woods, so the kids actually get to go and play in the woods as well, in the forest. Yeah, so interesting, right?
Yeah, over here, if you're like telling your parents you're going to play in the woods, they'll be like,
Yeah, actually, the school will get into trouble.
probably making like report to the police first before you enter the woods.
Yeah, you get into trouble lah, like running a school, like a scratch or so, or the kid falls down,
Again,
you get hurt or so.
mosquito bite,
Yeah,
bumpy
suddenly all the
nose,
parents come after you.
yeah, complaints.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we move?
Started. Yep. So I'm just setting up the visual for this so that we can actually get into it. Okay, Joe, what is your number one tip to survive homework overwhelm? Number one.
Finish the easiest one first.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I didn't write that one down.
That would be me lah. Usually the fastest would be the math exercises. That's the fastest.
Okay, so easy peasy.
Then you get to prioritize like which comes first, and then which one you need to spend more time and complete it later. Or there will be homework that you will not complete it either. If you just put aside.
Yeah, I think the thing that people have to understand also is that the idea of homework, and this comes from our founder for the school. She started all because like Sumitra said, she'll just give up in general, which is what happens to many people, and the reason being that the idea of homework is really really, I don't know if I should say it, but bastardized or skewed right now. Like people have forgotten what homework is actually for. Homework is for you to practice, to gain mastery over what you've learned. Yeah. but I understand, like in a lot of schools, like even I went through that. If you get into trouble with, if you get the questions wrong, sometimes you get called to the front of the class or
Yeah.
something, and then because of that environment, you don't want to try and get it
Mm.
wrong, right? That's the first thing. So then what happens is that a lot of people don't finish their homework because they're too scared.
Yep.
They're too scared to just try something, and this is so counter to what you will need to be in adult life, because
Yeah.
adult life does not come with a manual.
No.
Yeah,
Not
there is.
even if there's a menu, also there will be like a lot of changes along the way. Then
Yeah, yeah, it's not a straight line. It's not a straight line, and no one tells you everything. And school definitely doesn't teach you everything you need to know about being an adult. Like today, our interns were like saying, "Teacher, can you please teach us about finance? We really need to know how to do that."
adulting skills.
Yeah, so like all these hashtag adulting things, right? But the point is that, yeah, a lot of it, it's a lot of trial and error. If you're too afraid, I think a lot of people get stuck in life.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like I have to, my best friend, her brother, stays at home with the mom still.
Hmm.
Yeah, until like he's like older than me.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think that's that fear of. I mean, of course, there's a lot of like
Yes.
reasons surrounding it, but the fear, I guess, the fear of like being wrong in society is like,
Putting yourself out there. Lah.
yeah, I think it's very overwhelming for some
Hmm.
people. Yeah, so yeah, it becomes so ingrained lah. Yeah, it doesn't help you as an adult. So yeah, so guys, one of the things about finishing the easiest questions first, to kind of give you a bonus on top of that, is
Yeah.
if you're in a space where you can afford to do it, then I would add on, just do it. Yeah, so just get it done. It doesn't matter if the answer is wrong, but the point is that you have to try, because again, the idea of homework is to hone mastery over a topic you've just learned.
Correct.
Yeah. So in many cases, yeah, this would go a long way for you in terms of the mastery, because the best way to learn is by making mistakes. Yeah.
I was reading Sumitra's comment. A manual that has so many amendments, like some other well-known thing we know, has been amended 600 times, trying not to go to jail.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah. So, oh gosh. If you guys don't understand, go ask your parents. We're not gonna say it here. Live stream.
Yep.
All right. So this is tip number one.
Yes, finish the easiest one first and just do it. You can always visit the harder one later, or you don't have to stuck on one question and then just wasted the entire day just for that one question.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
worth
Don't,
it.
yeah. Don't get hard up on it, because again,
Yes.
I'm gonna put a star here. That homework equals practicing to master a topic or skill. Oh yes, I forgot to mention as well that by the end of this episode, by the end of this episode, so we're gonna teach you some forbidden techniques. As well. I was hesitating, but I feel like as a student myself, it is incredibly necessary to bring this up.
While we will be just sharing our stories, you can take it as a reference. You don't have to mimic it or follow it.
Yeah, you might think that, I mean, but yeah, we might be setting a pretty bad example for you guys.
No, smart examples, I would say.
Oops. Yeah, shamelessly so, guys, because yeah, we were students too, and I can tell you that we weren't perfect or angelic. Okay, so we know that. All right. So the second thing is that I think in terms of dealing with homework overwhelm, one of the things that like helped. Maybe I shouldn't go there yet, but Joe, is there another thing that you would advise?
Mm,
Yeah, coming from and surviving Chinese school.
don't do it alone. Do it with your friends or do it with a companion.
All right. So this one I would say, enter co-op mode.
Yeah.
So like games, right, guys?
Co-op games.
Yeah,
you
co-op
get to
games, right? Yeah.
solve the puzzle together with your friends rather than solving it by yourself.
Yes. So I would say, please be a ninja. Like really go into stealth mode because some teachers don't actually like it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they are like, why can't you do it by yourself and all that. Which another thing I disagree about school, which is the other thing they put this is the other thing because in life it's all about co-op.
Hmm.
You can't do it alone by yourself. Yeah, but unfortunately in schools, again, we get trained to do it by ourselves.
Hmm.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like glory. Yeah, I guess it's like a misled glory in like trying to do it on your own. Yeah, but in
Yeah.
life, co-op is like the most like important thing. Yeah. All right. So, and if you work with a friend, if you get stuck, you can always ask your friend. You see, and or the other way, I would co-op. It's a forbidden. It's a forbidden technique. But if you're really, really, really desperate, I would tell my friend, and you can get away with it. I would tell my friend, okay, you do like question like you take all the odd numbers, I'll take the even numbers, then we'll trade answers.
Oh, okay. Nice cake. Some butter.
I'm gonna draw a skull here, and I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna as an indication it's a forbidden technique, and I would just say trade answers.
Well, I did that for my ed math.
Yeah, yeah. If you can do it for, especially the sciences, like you can totally do that for English. Essays and all that. Unfortunately, sorry lah. If you get caught copying a friend's work and all that, that's just no good. Yeah, you get called out. Yeah, for not trying it by yourself. But at least like for sciences and all that, like be smart lah. How you guys do it, Yeah, don't copy exactly and get the same mistakes done. Or don't word it the same way. Yeah. So so that we'll talk about the forbidden technique. That's one of the forbidden techniques. We've revealed that already. Yeah, we'll talk about how you can do it and
Yeah,
when
things
you can actually do it.
writing essay you can't actually copy because that's plagiarism. So
Yeah, unless
need
you're
to
very smart. But
do
I also
something
know.
about it. Yeah, make some
Yeah.
slight modification.
Yeah. Yeah, unless I know there's a program now, and this is a TikTok hack a hack that's on TikTok. Unless you put your friend's essay through that and let the thing paraphrase everything for you. Yeah, the AI can do that now. But please tweak it lah, because the grammar is gonna be off lah.
I think I did that once or twice during my primary school. Yeah, because we get to purchase a lot of reference book, especially when it's about writing essay and you ran out of ideas. Then yeah. So I remember my teacher left a comment that do not copy from a reference book or something. Like do not try to outsmart the reference book or do not try to outsmart your teacher or something like that.
That's it.
Yeah. Who knows if she read about that?
Yeah, because there are only so many reference books out there in the market, So I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. That happened to me too. Yeah. So again, we will come to the forbidden technique. Because again, the reason why we call it forbidden is because homework is supposed to be, for you to practice to master a topic or skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you're robbing yourself of that chance. Yeah. We'll explain it later. Yeah. So all right. So the third one, this one is a rather unusual one, but it will it will put you in good stead, especially in college and uni. Yeah, where people expect you to kind of like because people treat you like an adult already, the lecturers don't care about you as much. Yeah. So this one is called. Okay, so what does this mean? All right, now this is something I personally make my own students practice in class. Yeah, so if you cannot finish the homework on time, or if you like have too much homework, I always make my students tell me ahead of time. Don't just show up and not have the homework done. Like if you know it's overwhelming, tell the teacher. So how you do it is, Miss, can I please talk to you? I'm having trouble finishing the work. So I'm giving you the exact script. All right. Even I used when I was in college because like being a typically Asian student as well, I didn't know how to do this, and so I would get into trouble because some days the homework is so overwhelming that I would cut class.
Mm.
But the problem is that everyone has the same idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So you
exactly.
end up getting screwed over in the next lecture.
That's what
by the
happened in my
teacher.
art college as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you end up getting screwed over big time. Like like you're just gonna lose it. And then the second time I did it because it was so overwhelming was I was in performing arts and there was so many like like I guess assignments due, and
Yeah.
so we had to skip. The only problem is that there's only 8 of us in my intake,
Ah, okay.
so end up only 1 or 2 kids showed up for the
Yeah,
class.
yeah, yeah.
And this was a lecturer who swore. Like she's very, very free with her language because performing arts, right? So when she got mad, right, all the
Oh,
F bombs and all the swear words just came at us in the next class. We're like, shit.
Mine was the total opposite. She was like cool with it, and then she was like giving you the words like, if you guys have problem, you should talk to me beforehand.
See, that's a reasonable lecturer, right? And that's what I would want for my students to do. So we make them do this. Yeah. So the way you do it is you go up to your lecturer and you go, hey, or your teacher and go, hey, teacher, I think I have a problem.
Mm.
I don't think I can get your work done on time. You can text them as well. Could I hand it in to you on Friday, for example? Say the deadline's on Wednesday. I think I can get it done by Friday. Can I pass it to you then? Yeah. For most teachers, they would actually be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you approach them first instead of showing up and like not having done anything.
I did not very show up as well.
Yeah, so this is something very unconventional, but it's also good, like, because then you practice not being afraid of adults.
Hmm.
Yeah, you treat adults as like kind of an equal. Yeah, so this one I feel is very important. Yeah,
Yep.
whichever teacher you can try this with, because they're very reasonable and open, start practicing it.
Hmm.
Yeah, because again, this is a skill that you will need when you are an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you
your
start
boss, your
working,
clients.
yeah, when
Yeah,
you're in business and stuff like that.
yeah, and then when you talk about romantic relationships as well, sometimes there's negotiations that take place. Romantically, but it's a negotiation nevertheless. Yeah. Okay, so it's 8:26 now. We're gonna skip ahead to a couple of forbidden techniques. Yeah, as
Okay.
promised. As promised. Okay, so first one is obviously copying from a
Hmm.
friend. Yeah. But please
But be
make sure.
smart about it, lah.
Yeah, please be smart about it because adults are not stupid.
But questions like, if you're copying math answers, I don't think you can be really smart about it because you can't seem to
Yeah,
find a way to alter the answer if you're
yeah.
using the same formula.
So a note on forbidden techniques. I really think we should talk about this first. Is that don't always implement it. Use only when desperate.
Yep.
Like extremely desperate. Okay, like you're not gonna make it. You're probably gonna die to the lecture. Or
An hour before the lecture start.
yeah, or like if you're really tired or whatever, like only use it then because if not, you rob yourself of this.
Mm.
Yeah, like just really don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, ever. All right. So yeah, so that's the caveat. Okay. All right.
Well,
Okay.
another
So
downside for this would be like you will never understand the thing that you don't answer.
yes, yes, yeah, but unfortunately, also, sometimes like because the way things are taught in school, here's the other reason why you are struggling with your homework because for like say math, for example, right,
Yep.
you're taught how to execute the formula without understanding the concept of the formula, right? Even in chemistry and even in science, like Joe and I realize, you're not taught the context
Yep.
of where this applies in a way that you can relate to it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's normally how they relate to it is some technical context.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've explained this before. If you check out our chromatography, our video where we do separating techniques,
Separating
we actually, I won't expound on it, but we actually talk about it there so that you can get an idea of like how and why we do stuff.
Yeah.
Forbidden technique. Again, might not be great teachers, but yeah, or maybe we are. I don't know. Okay, so copying, be smart about it, right? If you're copying an essay,
Mm.
so here's the thing where we always catch kids, like, because I teach English.
Yeah.
I've taught English for like 11 years, right? Um, here's where here's where I catch students out. It's when they start using phrases or the language of the work they submit to me is higher than what they would
beyond that level.
Yeah, it's beyond that level. It's too perfect.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's what we mean by, like copying, be smart about it. Yeah, and even if you copy from a friend, you don't want to get your friend into trouble because I've been there. Okay, yeah, I've got a story for this, but we're running out of time. But essentially, I copied my friend's work and then I put the exercise book back, and I knew I did. But the next thing I know, a teacher comes in, she gets into trouble because the exercise book is missing. So she gets mad at me for losing my exercise book. And then throughout this whole drama, this girl comes up to me. Like, I don't really speak to her, and she starts bad mouthing this other girl. I find out after, we finish standard 6 that she actually was the one who took the book.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I remember it because I was like crying on the phone to my mom because I really, really put it back. I knew I put it back. Yeah, but then you get accused of like stealing or whatever. So these things can happen, guys. This is why also the payoff is big, and also like when it backfires, it's also big.
Yes.
Yeah, big time. So so don't copy word for word lah. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But
there are
only
so many other words that can be alternatives,
Yeah. All right. And I think on TikTok, if you find some of these kids who do study hack videos, they do talk about sites where it will paraphrase things for you. So only use it when desperate.
Technology.
I wish I had that. Yeah, I wish I had that because you can just copy a whole phrase from Wikipedia. Because in school, in college especially, they are very particular about plagiarism.
Yes.
Yeah, where you copy someone else's work and you don't like say that it's someone else's work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually get suspended for that. Yeah, so those sites actually come in handy for that. Yeah. All right. But whatever it is, you still need to try. Yeah, and just get it wrong because every master was once a disaster.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. The second forbidden technique, I would say, is you had one also, right, Joe, earlier?
Oh, mine would be like absolutely no do, Because what I did was I soaked my exercise book into the water so it get wet. So the next day I can tell my teacher the workbook is wet. So I don't need to complete it. I mean, that was back in primary law.
I'm going to call it the dog.
I didn't see the point of doing it as well, because we are copying like a photocopy machine, just copying articles from another person onto the book. Exact same phrase. Where you put a comma, where you put the dot, it has to be the exact same place. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't. There's no value in copying. One of these days, we will show you exactly why there is no value. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to call it the dog ate my homework technique.
That could work.
Yeah, I lost your exercise book lah. Don't know where it went to. I've used all those, as well. So
my mom burned it.
Yeah, or left it on my table at home. Done already, but I forgot to bring it.
Yeah, all sorts of reasons.
I'm so sorry, guys. Like we weren't the best students. But sometimes you get that desperate, to finish everything.
Yeah.
All right. The last one I would say is that if there is an answer key, look at it. Yeah. But again, these techniques rob you of a chance to do this. So
yes,
just use it sparingly. Yeah, because what we've given you here should actually like help you get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should. Yeah. The last one, which is a bonus, because it's 8:33 already. So the last one, which is a bonus, is if you have pockets of time, in between class, to just get it done, to get homework done. There was one time I actually did that, and I went home. I could play all day.
We did that all the time because we have how many subjects back in primary? 7 subjects, isn't it?
Think so. Yeah.
Around that 6 to 7 subjects. So
7,
each subject has at least 2 to 3 homework.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by homework is 2 to 3 different exercise books. So you times 6 or 5 in a day. That would be like over 10. I think 10 and above. So we always find gap in between when teacher is giving the lecture. Then we will just pretending listening and then just do it, like cover it under the textbook instead of doing the homework.
Yeah, you may have to hide it. Yeah, you may have to hide it. Like I got into trouble, so sometimes doing homework in class.
Yeah, you may get caught.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not really a forbidden technique, but like I've got friends who also do that, so that they can go home and play.
While the teacher we met, when she caught any one of us like doing homework during her lecture, she will double the amount for everyone else.
So let's so to end this, all right, to use these things effectively, observe your
The
context.
environment.
Yes. Yeah, really, really observe it, because for example, this, just doing it might not work with some teachers who might shame you. Yeah, so it's probably better to leave it blank, or co-op with somebody else or something, and some teachers might not like you co-oping. I don't know what it is about teachers, but they don't like it when you and your friend help each other. They call
They
it
would
cheating.
think you are stupid or something like that.
Cheating lah. They think you're cheating. Yeah, but in life it's not
shame,
cheating.
like big shame of not doing it alone.
Yeah, but guys, the thing is that in life, this is not cheating.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, when you start adulting, this is not cheating at all.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is what bosses are looking for, all right, when you guys graduate, all right? Hashtag true story. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, I hope this session helps you guys. And yeah, we forgot, but also want to let you know, if you're looking for ways to understand your schoolwork faster, just so you know, we have been working on something super, super awesome for you guys, because we understand that trying to figure these things out on your own is tough, right? Yeah. So and I wish I had Joe's advice, or like our interns are coming up with a series as well, where they're gonna give you their best tips, what they wish they knew. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, we cheat. Yeah, sometimes we cheat, and we just want to finish our homework, right? So I mean, but we're being very real here. These are some of the things we've actually done, and it works, but you just need to know when to use it. Yeah. All right, because I can't
When to use it and when not to use it.
yeah, because for us, like because we created our own school. Like I opened up a school with my mom, right? So our kids don't have that. Our students generally don't have that issue. Yeah, but if you're in a context where you are facing these issues, and I've been there too. I was in public school, he was in Chinese school. All right, we've been everywhere. Yeah, so really observe your context, pay attention. So for us, yeah, we're working on something super exciting. It's our Forget Me Not study notes. Yeah, and this will become available for free. Yeah, if you guys are interested, just let us know in the comments or DM us on social media. Okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be free, and just a sneak peek on. I'm sorry, it's kind of like our printer is kind of broken. So yeah, it's kind of dirty, the printout, but this was actually for me to check. Yeah, to make sure that everything is in order. So study notes that are incredibly visual. Okay, incredibly visual. All right, so if you guys have been following us for a while, this is the. Oh, this is so nice. Yeah, this is a culmination of like how we believe education to be, because like we understand that it's difficult to try and focus, to get yourself to sit down and to study. So we wanted to make it as entertaining. All right, like some of the drawings in here are like super entertaining. It's not an Yvonne's humor. All right, yeah. All right, so this is Yeah, it's entertaining, and then on top of that, we've created a little something also to make it active. Yeah, and this is the best way to actually study. That is, that you can remember and recall with the least amount of effort
Mhm.
and stress and struggle to put in. Yeah. So the active revision sheets are, instead of passively sitting there and trying to recall everything,
Mm.
we've basically made it extra, extra fun and wonderful. Ta-da! Wonderful. Yeah, for you guys to, yeah. So yeah, you guys can get your hands on this. We are going to be launching it soon. Yeah, but we just wanted to show you guys what this is. If you think this is something that will be helpful to you, just let us know, DM us as usual. We will send you the link when it's ready. Yeah, we're very, very close to getting it ready. Yeah, so basically it's everything that we've done here, but Nat and Yvonne have like taken it to the next level because, as you can see, my drawings. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us today. We love you, and we are so happy to be able to support you in any way. Let us know. DM us if you have any problems or issues that you want us to talk about during these live shows. Yeah, I'm sorry we can't do it the way I would really love to do it because this is online, so we kind of have to do it a bit more lecture style. Uh, but at least we try to make it lively and tell you guys a lot of stories. Yeah, because when I teach, generally you're doing more than listening to me. But we understand that for many of you, it is a huge culture shock. Yeah, if
Yeah,
there's something.
especially asking questions is a huge culture shock
Yes.
for most of the Chinese students, though, because you know
Yeah,
they're
because
not allowed to make any noises in the class.
yeah, you're not used to it. You're not used to it. So yeah, I hope this helps, and I hope we're entertaining enough. If we aren't, let us know as well. We like feedback. If you find me too drony and repetitive, also let me know. I try not to. I really try to be mindful of that because had because I hated it when adults did it. Yeah, just as nice I blur, so I say it again. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We are gonna bid you good night. Yeah, and have a pleasant rest of the week and enjoy your weekend. Yeah, when it comes. Bye.
Bye.